First of all, a couple things. Guess what Alberta has?
Oh boy.
And all of you should have received this. If you didn't, this is the list of words for the characterization exercise.
No, no.
Come on, man. Seriously? Look in your spam. Okay? All right. Those of you that don't have it, okay, ask Alberta and she'll give you a copy. So everybody has the list. This woman throws nothing away. I have some thoughts I'm going to share with you. I have had, and I think maybe we all have had, experiences where we're in fear. The world is too much with us. That was Shakespeare, 450 years ago. I refer sometimes to the comic strip Pogo, which is about a little possum in a swamp that used to wax philosophically when people actually read newspapers. And he once said, "We has met the enemy and they is us." And we are. When we have that darkness that comes in, we are our own worst enemy. And my partner once said, when I was, some of you know that we took a hard ride into real estate, and I spent an entire year getting up at 5 in the morning and going down in my basement, freezing my butt off, talking to people back in the East, because that's when they got up, and being scared out of my mind. It was the worst year of my life, and I was terrified every second. And my partner once said to me, God bless him, he was my mentor in real estate, and he said, "Fear is false expectation appearing real." And you could have knocked me over with a feather. It was like somebody hit me across the lips with a 2x4. That makes, when you hear the truth, and it's the truth, and okay, that's it. False expectation appearing real. Where does fear? Show me fear. What color is it? How big is it? What's its shape? It only exists here. Same with shame and guilt. And how does that fashion our lives? Okay? So this comes down to, what are you going to believe? Because you can either believe in fear, which is false evidence appearing real, or you can believe in faith. What is faith? What color is it? How big is it? But it is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. Now, you can have faith, as 79 million shithouse rat crazy Americans do, that there was a false election, which is not good faith, or you can have faith in things that are worthwhile. What you believe, whether you're going to fear or faith, will determine how successful your life is. So it's pretty important stuff. When you're in fear, and I was in fear, I would say to myself, this is false expectation appearing real. And then I got to work. All of us have the same dreams or similar dreams. We have something to say in this acting business, right? We want to act. I never wanted to be a movie star. I never did. That was something I had to be honest with. I think you have to be honest with yourself and sit down and say, what do I really want? My roommate and I, we used to talk about this. All I wanted, my goal was to have one movie, one film, that when it came on at like 3 in the morning, because nobody put it on in prime time, but it was so good that you would stay up to watch it. God, wouldn't it be great? Oh, we gotta stay up and watch this. That'd be great. Well, I haven't quite done that yet, but I came close. I did some good stuff. I want to make people laugh and cry in the same 2 hours. That was a good goal, right? And I've told you before, acting saved my life. But there's dark moments. My agent isn't sending. My agent doesn't love me. I don't know what to do. I'm not getting any calls. I'm getting too many calls. I'm not booking any jobs. I'm booking some jobs. I don't like them. Whatever. We screw ourselves on the floor. What are you going to do? You have faith or fear? Last week we talked about making goals. How many of you did it? Good for you. Those that didn't, okay. Can't make you do it. But I tell you, these are the things that help make fear go away, faith do its job. You still have to do some work. Let's not get crazy here. You know, you have faith, the evidence of things unseen, the substance of things hoped for. Or I might have had that backwards, same difference. You might have faith, but if you don't do anything, nothing different's going to happen. Then you get in fear again, right? But it really comes down to you shaking hands with what will make your life better. Maybe you'd be surprised to know I have faith in all of you. How many? Raise your hand. Would that surprise anybody?
No.
It would surprise you? Okay.
No.
All right. Thank you for being honest. I don't know what the hell I ever did to you. No, I do. Listen, I believe so. First of all, when I say this, you can believe it or don't. I think about you guys when I'm done here. I really do. It isn't just like sight out of mind. I go over what I did with you and say, how could I have done that better? Or what is it that they need? What is it that they are missing that I can then do this? And when I see little points of progress, like I watch you warm up, I see it. You don't see it because you're right up here, right? Isn't that the way we always are? We can't see the forest because we're up here on the tree like this. Okay? But I see it. And that's what we're here. But this is why I keep saying to you, this takes a little longer than 10 weeks. You know, it takes a little longer than a year. If you have respect for it. Those of you that came in here, I think you probably have a different view of what this course is all about than when you first came in. You're starting to see things, right? And you see the progress of your fellow students, right? What are we talking about faith and fear for? Because those are the things that can help or hurt your progress. I believe in you, okay? If you do the work, you're going to get out of this class the tools that you need to be successful. But if you're in fear, that can just put the whole thing in the toilet bowl. If you have faith, that can take you to another level faster. You choose, but I choose faith for you. Thanks for listening. Okay. Yeah. Read them all. I know you've heard that before. I don't care. I'm going to keep saying it. The unconscious actor working out of control and full command. Okay. Being right or wrong matters little to unconscious actors because that would suggest their egos are in the way. They must bring selflessness to the art, making contact with audiences on a whole other level. I believe an actor's willingness to bring his or her unprotected humanity to each role is what affects audiences more than anything else. I'm going to say it again.
Thank you.
I believe an actor's willingness to bring his or her unprotected humanity to each role is what affects audiences more than anything else. What does that mean?
Is it saying like when you don't put up a wall, like when you're like, you're real and you're like raw?
Raw was the word that popped into my head. Yeah.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable, raw, available, with all our ugly, wonderful little facets. As ugly and nasty as you can be, and here I am. If you can't, that's what holds us back, by the way. And that whole emotion thing, where we get to tears and that raw, and we say, oh, I don't want anybody to see that. Well, maybe not on a first date. But in an audition, fucking A. Here I am. I've been to acting classes where, I saw people take their clothes off and get naked. Well, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's hard to do. I got down to my skivvies, and that's about it. You want to see my dick? We'll talk. You're shocked. Please, you've been around me how long? No, look, I don't care. Nude is fine, but that's not vulnerable for some people. They got great bodies, they want to show it off. Okay. Show me your heart. Show me your despair. Show me who you are. And what happens universally, how many times have we seen, and I've seen it more than y'all, because most of you are relatively new. When somebody breaks down and they're you think, oh, well, nobody's going to like me if I show that. And yet, almost universally, every actor comes up to them and says, my God, that was wonderful, and congratulates them, and it just makes them love you more. Because we're all the same. Why do we pay $20 to sit in the dark and laugh and cry with other strangers? To learn something about ourselves, our own humanity, to connect, to know that it's going to be okay, to say, okay, I can relate to that, right? And when you see somebody do that, and you're in the theater laughing and crying with them, it's like it makes us feel better about ourselves, right? What you're doing is noble. Acting is noble in my mind. It always has been. It's something that once I glommed onto it, I aspired to. It's like you're making people feel and get in touch with their own humanity. If we could do that, we'd solve all the problems. All of that shit that's going on in my country, all of that would be gone. If we could just hook up as human beings and know that we're all the same. Yeah? So, skill is an empty facade unless you do bring your unprotected humanity to each role. Reveal your innermost truth when you're playing a character, and audiences can't help responding. Right? Try to manipulate them with clever ideas that'll leave you out in the cold. Don't start that shit. It's like that. No. Let me see your heart. A passionate heart reigns supreme in the drama business. Zen artists go beyond simply communicating with a group of spectators. They seek oneness with all humanity. They dig down into the depths of their consciousness, mining all the love, the humor, the sexuality, yes, the fear, the anger, and the heartache in their instruments to earn a sympathetic rapport with their fellow beings. We'll say it again. They dig down into the depths of their consciousness, mining all the love, the humor, that's okay. Sexuality, some of us a little freaky, little fear there. Then, fear, anger, and heartache. I don't want to show fear, anger, and heartache. And you ain't going to work very well. You might do reporter number 1. Yeah? Fear, anger, and heartache. What you learn when you do start to show that, and you're not afraid of it anymore, you step outside of it and you say, I'm just being human. I'm just being me. And then you realize all of the rewards that come from it. Not just gigs and working, but the fact that you're a healthier human being. It's only when we hold that stuff inside us and bottle it up that it really wreaks havoc on our lives. Your friend. You can't get out of its way, it's going to kill you. Yeah? So acting is a pretty healthy way to get that stuff all out and get paid for it. Uninhibited living energy is the link which holds us all in communion. As Eleanor Dusay demonstrated more than 100 years ago in modern acting, there's no better way to become one with audiences than to share your living essence with them. That's what we're doing here. Acting's simple if you're in touch with that. It really does simplify things. If you're available and aware, and if you've noticed, we're on 2 tracks in this class. The warm-ups and the exercises that we do, and generally it happens within the scene work too. What are you feeling? How do we get in touch with our voice, our body, our emotion, and our life? When we get that into the scene work, it works. It's effortless. And when we don't, not so much. Right? So, what we're working on here is to get our physical instrument, our voice, our body, our emotions to their fullest extent. So we're in touch with them. We never have to worry about it. Can I cry in cue? Yes. Can I go to rage? Yes. Am I in contact? Am I feeling you and you affecting me? How does that make me feel? If I'm there all the time, the script is the least of your problems. Then you use your imagination, your intellect, your instinct. We go down with C3PR. We use that to break up the script and inhabit it with this living instrument that gets to our core. And that's good acting, yeah? that's my thoughts for this week. Thanks for listening.